And joining me now is Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker. He is the ranking Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee. Here's a quote from the State Department. They said that there were multiple antennas likely capable of collecting and geolocating communications. So we started off the week with a lot of questions. I know that you got some answers, but it feels to me like those have raised additional questions. Where do you think we are right now?
Well, where we are right now is that the President of the United States, our Commander-in-Chief, has just told the world this was not a major breach. As you can see from previous people who've been on your channel this morning, Democrat and Republican, to a person, we think this was a major breach. And I was very interested in what Ms. Dalton was just saying in the run-up to this interview, and that is, it was so much better that we didn't shoot it down in Alaska and that we waited till it got to South Carolina where the waters are better. That raises the question, would they do this again? If that was such a wise decision, would the decision of this administration be to allow this surveillance balloon to go all over Alaska, then into the airspace of our ally, and then enter in the northwest Rockies and traverse some of the most sensitive areas of the United States, and only then we'll shoot it down? Is that the signal that the administration is sending? And those were some of the questions that were raised and frankly left completely unanswered in the classified briefing the Senate had yesterday.
Here's some other reaction from senators after they had that briefing. Here's some takeaways. Listen here.
There's nothing in there that I learned that would have said that we shouldn't have shot it down when it was over Alaska.
Everything I learned today confirms that the administration made the right decision.
As an Alaskan, I am so angry. I want to use other words, but I'm not going to.
I mean, it's rare that you get bipartisan consensus. I know that Senator Murphy just said he thinks that they did the right thing, and you could listen to all of this evidence and perhaps come to that conclusion. But there was a little detail that we learned from Brian Yennis that apparently some of the material that they have collected from the spy craft is English, English writing. You're on armed services. What does that tell you, if anything?
And one thing about this that bothers me, Dana, is that things are told to us that they say are classified, and then an hour or two later it becomes convenient to the administration to just release this to the American people, which is what happened on that particular incident. It raises another question, which we can get into later, is why do they classify so many things that a few moments later they're okay with everybody knowing? But yes, it is highly likely that some parts of this spy balloon and the apparatus that goes with it were manufactured actually in the United States. And this is something that I dealt with as chairman of the Commerce Committee, and Senator Reid and the SASC committee and I will be working on this in the future. We're trying to shut down Huawei. It's harder to do, but so many of the things that the Chinese have available to them are not subject to the correct export protocols, and frankly, there's no reason why the Chinese Communist Party, led by Xi Jinping, who wants to dominate the Pacific, should have anything made in the United States of America or anything with English language on it.
All right, well, more questions will no doubt continue from this, but I know that you're on top of it, trying to get some answers. Senator Wicker, thank you. Have a good weekend.
A lot more answers. Thank you so much.